If I were not elected president, you would have been in a war with North Korea. We now have a situation where the relationships are good, where there's been no nuclear testing, no missiles, no rockets. We got our hostages back. We have many of the remains back and coming back rapidly.
President Trump defending the results of his first summit with Chairman Kim Jong-un as he prepares for his second nuclear summit with the North Korean leader in Vietnam this upcoming week. With analysis on what we can expect, let's bring in retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, who is a senior fellow and military expert at Defense Priorities. So glad to have you. Thank you for being with us.
Always good to be here, Arthel. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you make of President Trump's comments they're saying that were not for him, that we would be at war with North Korea?
Well, I'm not sure that, we can really say what may or may not have happened had he not come into office. But what you can say for sure is that we're at an opportunity right now. We have a chance, to possibly even reach, peaceful outcome of this war, which we haven't had in decades. And he's absolutely right on all his comments that since he's come into office, there hasn't been the missile test, the nuclear test. We have gotten hostages back, all of those things. And those are all positive things, and all of which lower the tensions and increase the chances at peace. So he does deserve some credit for that.
Okay, very good. What is or should be President Trump's #1 objective in this second summit?
Well, without question, the #1 objective is the search towards peace. Many people are saying that it should be the CVID, the irreversible nuclear deterrent, and all those. And I'm saying that should not be the primary objective, because if you set that as your primary objective and you don't get it, then people say, well, then now that we have to look back to the military option. And I'll tell you, we don't need that to keep us safe, because we are safe right now. Our overwhelming military and conventional nuclear deterrent keeps us safe no matter what happens with these. But this second meeting especially does give us genuine chance to reach a peaceful outcome, which would even eliminate the concern about future possibilities if it goes well.
Now, Professor Sung-Yoon Lee from Tufts University told Eric earlier that not in a confrontational manner, but forcefully, President Trump should look Chairman Kim in the eye and say, tear down this wall of deception. I mean, so Colonel Davis, listen, Kim Jong-un and his family, they've been playing a game of deception for generations. Why should we expect them to be on the up and up now? I mean, what has changed for North Korea?
Well, certainly they have been that, but they have also been a very rational thinking administration, especially since Kim has come to power. And I think Trump is right that he has the ability to negotiate with him, because however bad Kim Jong-un is, and he is terrible, he's done some awful things, but he also wants to survive and wants to live. And so he will be willing to make negotiations and engage in diplomacy with us if he can be convinced that over time that can work out to his favor. And if it lowers the tensions and removes the chance for war, that benefits everyone. But I will say that we have to really also understand, everyone needs to know this is something that's going to take some time. We're not going to go in there and get a full CVID after this next meeting. It's going to take a number of years, and I think people need to understand that.
It's going to take years, you said.
Yeah, it probably will, because we have to build trust in both directions, because this thing's been going on for decades.
You mentioned the word trust. That's the thing, though. After this summit, I mean, can we trust the Kim regime to allow the U.S. Full and unfettered access to any and all suspicious nuclear sites to see if, in fact, they're beginning to denuclearize, and that Kim Jong-un is not just showing us, or the agents there, only the sites that he just doesn't need anyway?
Well, to kind of paraphrase Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. So we can trust and get them to, hope that they're going to end up, with some written guarantees and some promises, but it's all going to come down to what actually happens. And do they produce that? Do they allow the inspections? And does our best intelligence, the best we can come up with, find out, is whatever they eventually declare, is that the sum total of it, or is there more? But I re-emphasize that no matter what happens and whether he does or doesn't come fully clean, our deterrent will always keep our country safe. So that's not at risk here at all.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Give you 30 seconds on this. We're talking about what's different this time with North Korea. Kim Jong-un seems to crave a certain amount of celebrity. So perhaps that might be what is different, that he wants to be seen in a more favorable light somehow worldwide. And so now you have President Trump, who is a celebrity, meeting with this guy, and Kim wants what Donald Trump had in terms of his celebrity. I don't know, does that play into this at all?
It is absolutely right. I think that's actually undervalued, because all of these things he's doing with diplomacy and wanting to have the world stage, that shows that he wants to live, meaning that he's not going to use those weapons that he has, which he considers a deterrent, on an offensive way, because that would immediately result in his destruction. And so he wants to live, so we can use that to our advantage to make sure that he, does continue to live by doing what we need him to do, i.e., coming clean on this nuclear issue.
Colonel Daniel Davis, thank you very much. Always a pleasure, sir.
Always my pleasure. Thanks, Arthel.
Thank you.